What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another day in Car Mechanic Simulator with me, the Virtual Mechanic. And today we're on our competition entry, BMW M4. The sort of theme for this competition was road trips, gumball rallies, that kind of thing. So that's kind of the inspiration we've gone for this beast today. There are some bonus parts. We will definitely talk about most of them later. We'll talk about a couple now. I've just put a bit of boxing inside the engine bay just to cover up some of the suspension that clips through. We did change the suspension from the config, so it's my own fault, but there we go. Just to make that look a little bit better. We also added an ECU and changed this wonderful radiator. As far as the rest of the body is concerned, a lot of it has been changed for a different style, different fitting, lowered down, and a lot has changed in there. And the engine, well, you all saw it. That looks like a very common engine. That looks like a cheeky little Coyote engine, but it's not your standard one. This is from the TKAftermarket mod, added in exclusively by Multiply, not available with the mod itself. It's a separate edition, but this is Multi's modular Coyote engine. There's a few different cool things to this one. It is going to be epic. You're going to have to stick around to find out what we do. There's lots of options you can do with this beautiful Coyote engine. We won't talk about them all, but I will try and show you a few little bits. And plus, some extra special touches just for me on this one with 674 factory horsepower. Now, we got ours from the auction house. It's not in bad condition. We've definitely seen a lot worse. We've seen better, but we've definitely seen a lot worse. Did we get a good deal? Absolutely not. Bought it for 27,605 and could sell it for 22,770, losing out on 4,835 before we even begin. But hopefully we'll be able to claw that one back later. I'm not sure what to do with this one because I haven't tested it in any driving abilities. I'd like to try and put it around the track, but don't know if it's going to survive. So this might be another one that I just want you guys to rate out of 10. Can be anything. It could be 0.5, 0.1 if you really wanted to, up to 10. Obviously, it could be 0 if you really wanted it to. And then we will get that board sorted. I'm still going to get it sorted out to go up here. We still have the one car to put on it that was only rated by 2 people. I believe one was a 9 and one was a 10. So that puts it at 9.5 out of 10 averagely. So that's what I want from you. But we might put this one around the racetrack as well. We shall see. It depends if it can handle it. So don't forget to come and join us for the competition. Will my entry win? It does look good, in my opinion, but there are some epic ones on there. So come and join us on Discord. Link in the description below. Take part. It's a bit of fun. Just a bit of bragging rights. See what people come up with. So there we go. Let's get this one into the car wash. Let's get it cleaned up. Let's get started. In the car wash with our cheeky little M4. Looking nice. Let's get it cleaned. We can already see that it is like this yellowy, greeny, sick green yellow color. It is a nice looking color actually, but definitely not what we're sticking with today. So let's get the interior done. Let's get this beast back on the lifter, get that engine ripped out of there, ready to change it up just a tad and get everything else stripped down. Let's get underneath and check for the oil pan. It is there, so we definitely need to get all of that drained out. Out you come. Were you well looked after? Not bad. And quite a bit of it. I'll take that. Not bad at all. Let's get in. I did keep this one at just rear-wheel drive. We have changed, obviously, a lot of the front suspension. But it is all rear-wheel drive. So let's get this drive shaft out of here. Out you come. Nice and easy. And then the 4 bolts at the front. Another rusty one just up there. We also added in this whole exhaust system because it was all missing, I'll be honest. Let's just take a quick look. We've done a little crossover section. A little bit of clipping in there. Little crossing where it crosses from 2 into 1 and then splits back out into 2, connecting into this rear part, which comes out into the rear tips, which are part of the bumper, so we couldn't change them. But it is looking very nice. Let's get back underneath. We still need to get out the starter, the gearbox, and then front exhaust sections. So out you all come nice and easy. And let's grab these front exhaust pipes while we're here as well. There we go. Back, wrong side. Back down you go. Beautiful little beamer. And let's see if we can rip that modular Coyote engine out of there. Multi's modular Coyote in the first go. Yes, nice and easy. That is what we like. Let's get you put away and let's see what we've got going on in the engine bay. So straight away, we've got 2 air filters, one on either side, tucked in with the little pipes going upwards just to bring in some air from the front there. Looking nice. We've also got the LS3 radiator, the power steering reservoir, 2 extra radiators down the front, and a large intercooler in the center. If we carry on going around, oh, too far. On that side wall that I added in we've got the Type A ECU up there. The battery's just up here. The wishy-washy reservoir's up here, and the ABS pumper module. These are hidden underneath some plasticky parts, looking good. Then we've got the brake servo, coolant reservoir, and a fuse box just up here. That's it for the front. So down the back, we should have the fuel tank and the fuel pump just in there. Nice and simple. That is what we like. I do want to get back up the front, though, if you'll be nice enough to let me. There we go. Because we need to drain some liquids out. 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know the drill. Right-click, additional tools, drain tool. Click and hold on the container, and it'll drain it all out. We're going to get the rest of this suspension all stripped out, obviously, and the engine bay. Then when we come back, it'll be time to get this beautiful BMW all back together. Lovely new body panels, and then into the paint shop so you can see what I've done with the livery and the beautiful colour scheme for this one today. That's everything repaired, replaced, or upgraded, ready to get this beautiful BMW all back together. But let's sort all this bodywork out. Let's start stripping it all down first and see where we end up. These are bonus parts that are going to paint later, so we don't need to worry about them for the moment. Jumpy game. Don't know what happened there. There we go. Back on track. Out with the door. That's not a fender. We got no rear bumper. No fender. No window. Side skirt. You are a piece there. Did I miss one on the other side? I did not. That actually looks like everything. Anything in the interior? No. Okay, so did we get everything then? 1% and nothing showing up on there. So we bought the car for just under 30,000 and the frame's at 52%. What do we reckon for the welding cost today? I'm going to say 1,200. 500. Way, way, way off, but never mind. Let's have a look at the body shop for the M4. Only 6 pages, so it's not too bad at all. We got spoiler remove there. Then we've got a few other spoiler options going on. Lots of front bumpers to play around with. The M4, the Liberty Walk wide body. There's a version 2 of the wide body. A few different lit style bodies, bumpers and things like that. Front ends, you can black out, keep the M badges, get rid of the M badges, take out the metal grills in the middle. Looking good. Very much liking that. 2 different styles of door. Can't really tell what the difference is between them. I think one of them's got a different door card on the inside. Then we've got fenders on there. So you've got the wide body for the Liberty Walk, so on and so forth. Lots of hood options, looking good. Then we've got plenty of headlight options, tail light options, and the rear bumpers. As I said, the exhausts are already built in to the rear bumpers. It does look good, so we can't change the colour of them, which is a bit of a shame. Well, we might be able to. We'll figure that one out later. Then on the side, the side skirts, you have a few different options, obviously, for the wide body Liberty Walk, the lit editions, and just a few other variations for good measure in there. Rear window and a rear window B. I think that's the one we've actually gone for on this one today. Headlights, taillights, trunks with the M4, without the M4, no badging, and just the BMW badge on there with the little GTS as well. And then plenty more taillights. That's everything for the body on this beautiful BMW. So we're going to get ours all repaired, ready to go back together. Get this one all back together, then get it into the paint shop to see the livery. Let's get this BMW all back together then, ready to get started on any road tripping adventures it wants to. We are going to start with our bonus parts, so let's get in, if I can remember how to do this. What do I want? Okay, bottom piece here. This is theoretically imaginary, a extra fuel tank in the back there, looking amazing. You're going to need one if you're road tripping. And then we've got a couple of shelf-mounted NOS on there. It does look like it's attached to that fuel cell, but it's not. It's on the back wall, so we can get just a little bit extra power when we can get through some lovely straight roads. Then if we go into here, this is all going to be confusing. We'll go for this part. Some fluffy dice, because everybody needs a bit of fluffy dice hanging. Over here, we've got our NOS control system. We nip around to the other side, just take a cheeky little look at that. All down there with lots of switches, looking good. Then I've got to try and remember where everything goes. Over here, we've got a built-in Motorola radio, so we can contact our spotters if we need to. And then we've just got a couple of screens dotted in there for extra information about the car and extra information about the road ahead of us, along with the built-in screen there. That's the sort of theme we've gone for this one. It is a road tripping car, looking absolutely incredible. I like the addition of the bonus parts, not too over the top, just a little bit enough there. Obviously, this is a bonus part bit of boxing here because the drive shaft runs through the car because the car's too low, so we had to figure that out as well. But let's crack on and get this bodywork all back together if I can figure out what I'm doing. I've gone back to bonus parts again. What is happening here? There we go. We'll figure it out. On with the hood. I've gone for the M4 GTS hood. It just gives it a bit meaner stance. Looking there, looking quite good. For the fenders, just the normal fenders on there because the other options are the Liberty Walk wide body. And we haven't gone wide body today. For the front bumper, we've gone for the AC Schneider. I don't know how to say that. So we're going to just assume that that's correct there. And then for the headlights, we went for the headlights D. They've got this little eyebrow on them, looking absolutely incredible on there. For our front end, we went for the B. It's still got the M badges on there, but it's all blacked out, just how I like it. Lovely bit of black badging. Let's carry on going around. The door is just the normal door. Then we've got the window and the mirror we've gone for is the normal mirror in with the other window there. The side skirt we went for is a lit body hits one. It is a letter D or the D equivalent. Just looking pretty good. Not bringing it out too wide. Just a little bit extra. Round to the other side and let's get it all up to the same spot. In you go, in you go, on you go, and in you go with that side skirt. Then we got the rear window. I know what I'm doing. The trunk, we've just gone for the BMW badge on there. For the tail lights, we've gone for these awesome looking ones, which look absolutely incredible next to each other. Very pleased with them. Looking fantastic. We've got this lovely little spoiler on here with the little ears. I don't know, bat ears I'm going to call them. It looks a bit mean. Pretty important. Pretty awesome is what I was trying to say there. Then the rear bumper G. Looking good with the blacked out pipes on there. Looking nice. And that should be everything apart from that license plate. The plate we've gone for today is our VM plates with abbreviated road tripping on it. Because this is going to be a road tripping car. Looking very nice. Have we got everything? Oh, we'll do the interior first. So let's go in and get that done. The steering wheel. Didn't like the steering wheel that came with it. So we're going for a Porsche wheel. Hopefully when we colour that, we'll just get rid of that Porsche logo a little bit later on. And then for the seats, we've gone for some Multiply's new Recaro seats. These ones look absolutely incredible. I can't wait to get a bit of paint on them later and see how good they turn out. Now, have we actually got everything? 100%, 100%, 100% we have. Let's get this beast into the paint shop. This is what we've gone for on the beautiful BMW M4 today. This lovely matte, very light blue. Baby blue almost, looking incredible with some triple racing stripes going front to back on there. Very simple on the livery and nothing too over the top today. Just 3 off-center racing stripes, all different sizes going front to back. Obviously, don't get on the roof with that carbon fibre, but you still get them down at the back there. Looking very nice. As I said, nothing too over the top. For the interior, obviously, these seats have come out great in the black and white. Looking absolutely fantastic. I was going to go for the blue, but it would have been a little bit too much, in my opinion. We did get blue on the steering wheel, though, obviously, and we got rid of that Porsche logo. Now just a bit of blue and white on there. Looking pretty good. The 2 screens both got blue surrounds. The other little NOS counter button switches got a little bit of blue. The radio didn't get anything on there, but if we open the trunk, our additional fuel tank, or at least as we're calling it, also went blue, and also the bit in there should have gone blue as well. It did indeed. Fantastic, just as we like it. If we open up this engine bay, it's looking very blue in there. Plenty of blacks to play around with as well. So I think we're just going to keep with the blue, black and white theme. Maybe a little splash of carbon fibre if we fancy it, because we have got some carbon fibre on the inside of the hood and on that roof there. Looking very nice, but there we go. Lovely paint job in my opinion. I think that livery and the matte blue looks absolutely fantastic together. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But now let's get this beast back on the lifter and start getting everything all back together. I really love that colour. I think it looks beautiful in that blue and white with a few splashes of black in there just for good measure. Absolutely loving that. But let's get the suspension all together and ready to go. Starting with the shocks, white shocks and blue springs on this one today. You're looking very nice. A little bit bright there, but never mind. Looking very good. Let's start getting some of you in. You all know the drill by now. We're going to throw this main cross member in here. Looking fantastic. I'll tell you what, the other thing we are going to throw in is the large intercooler. I haven't done one of these in a little while. Got that in the body match blue. Looking absolutely fantastic. Now, let's jump to some clips of this all going in and hopefully looking fantastic. Well, there it is. Half the suspension all in and just a couple of little bits to go that I couldn't quite reach. The wheel hub bearing and that rear drive axle. We just done that one in the black there. Looking good, though. Main cross member in the white. All of the connecting arms in the black there. We've got the shock in white. Alternating white and blue bushings, depending on what colour they were on. White and blue on the shock there. On the shock, on the spring setup, I don't know, and then blue on that brake caliper. Looking very nice. Plenty of colours running through it. Very similar at the front, if I could even get there. Obviously still playing on the alternation of them bushings, but plenty of blacks, lots of white, and a few splashes of that wonderful blue, really separating it off. But do let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget, this is going to be another one of the ones where I want you to score it out of 10. Give me your best score out of 10. 0.5, 10, whatever you want it to be. Flat 0 if you don't think it's good enough. But let's get in. A fuel tank we've got in that beautiful blue. Slightly different colour. Still the same blue, but ever so slightly different finish. And then the fuel pump just in that cheeky little white there, looking very, very nice. But let's crack on. I'm going to get the rest of the suspension all finished. We'll come back and sort out that beautiful engine bay before going and building Malte's beautiful modular Coyote engine. I cannot wait for you to see it. That's the suspension all done. Still looking fantastic. Really like that colour scheme. But let's get on and get this engine bay all sorted out, ready to go. Power steering reservoir in you go. What else have we got? Wishy-washy reservoir up here. The battery trays in a blue. Then we've obviously got that performance battery in there with the bracket on top also in the blue. And some lovely white bracket support arms on there, just really finishing it off. In you go and in you go. Next to that, then we've got the ABS pump, which is in a white with the module in a blue on the top. Again, looking absolutely fantastic. Loving this color scheme. Brake servo not painted, a coolant reservoir not painted, and we've obviously got black and blue on the lovely fuse box just up there. If we nip down to the side radiators, these are just fully blacked out. In you go and in you go. Then our main radiator in the front, the LS3 radiator, the Summit radiator is in a beautiful white with its fan shroud or whatever you want to call it in the blue. And then the electric fans are also blue but carbon fiber, so they just get a little splash of that blue on there. If we zoom in, you can just about see the carbon weave hiding in there. Just about, not very clear, but anyway, we got the air filters. These are fully blacked out. In you go. We're just going to alternate them so we can just keep going at the same time. In you go and in you go with some lovely blue clips around the outside just to finish it off, making it look just a little bit special. This is definitely a show car road tripping beast of a ride. I don't know what you want to call it. It's definitely built for road trips, but it's on the verge of show car. Definitely on the verge of show car in there. That's the engine bay all done. Oh no, it's not. Nearly all done. Almost forgot our ECU Type A Stage 3 in there on the little wall that we have created to cover up that suspension. Go around the crane. Just see it on there. Looking very nice. But now, let's go and build this beautiful Coyote engine. It looks so good. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. From here, it's pretty standard at the moment. We've got the block in blue, the heads in a blue, and the oil pan in white. There is a splash of white on this oil block, but it only comes out on the oil filter, oil dipstick tube. There we go. That's the words I'm looking for. But let's crack on. Let's get the rest of this engine all in and together. We have 4 spark plugs on either side, so 8 in total, but you all saw that come in. Then there's 2 camshafts on either side, and then 4 camshaft caps for each camshaft, so 8 either side, 16 in total. And then each side's got 2 cam gears on the end with a little timing chain in there as well. And then on with that second cam gear. And then a big old timing chain getting up to the main block there with another timing chain shoe on there as well. So it's 2 shoes, 2 big chains, 2 little chains, and 4 cam gears. Timing cover is in a white, looking fantastic on there. In you go. Keeping up with that blue and white theme. There is a little bit of black going on, starting with the water pump there, just in a cheeky bit of black. Then we've got the crankshaft pulley in the blue, and the one idle roller that we've got for the moment also in that blue. The alternator is in a black on there, steel black, I believe it is. A little bit of matte in there as well. Power steering pump in the same colour on the other side. And then we've got the water pump pulley, which we've run for the supercharged version of the pulley, just to give a bit more performance. In fact, we'll go into that again. You can see it's a performance part. It's part of the Coyote MSPN but the supercharged version. We're not using the supercharged version, but we are still using the supercharged water pump pulley just to give us a little bit extra power. Then the belts we've gone for, just the normal belts on this one, blacked out as per normal. The second idle roller in that lovely blue, and then we've also got the belt tensioner in a blue and white on there. Looking very, very nice. Now, before we jump into this, let's go into the tuning shop. I haven't been to the shop in a little while. Let's type in Coyote. And these are all, you can see it, lots of the aftermarket parts available for the Coyote. Now, you can do a supercharged version. You can do a twin turbo version. You can do a single turbo version. You can do the individual throttle body versions there. Looking pretty good. Normal headers for if you don't want to use the turbos but still want to use different headers on there. I mean, look how much power increase some of this stuff gives you. This engine's going to be wild. That's that water pump. Then we have got some head covers on there, or valve covers. We have some special VM valve covers to go on there as well. So let's get cracking. Let's start getting the rest of this together. I'm saving the valve covers. We've gone for the Coyote turbo intake cooler on there in a beautiful blue and black. Keeping up with that theme. Looking very, very nice. In you go. The fuel rails are in blue and white just to keep with the colour going. Adding a splash more white. We also have the fuel filter up here in the white as well. There's not really much else we could do that isn't cool, so let's just get on with it. Oil filter, one extra piece, just in the white down there. Then let's go for the exhaust manifolds. Now, these are obviously the turboed exhaust manifolds in the blue and white, looking absolutely fantastic. I love the size of these. That big spooling turbo at the front. Let's just get the other side on. In you go. Again, looking absolutely fantastic. I love Multiply for adding this. I do think they are absolutely fantastic. Then the throttle, which we've changed, obviously, is that twin turbo intake pipe in the blue and white. Again, bringing it all together, and it just looks so good. This is, no offense, guys, at Red Dot Games, but this is how the engine should have built in the original game. You buy the block, and then you can put the supercharger on it or non-supercharger. So good. But anyway, onto these head covers. These are the VM valve covers. Let's get them on. They're in black and blue. And as you can see, they say, powered by a virtual mechanic. Multiply, you're an absolute legend. I love you so much. It's so cool. And it looks so, so good. So in you go. Let's get you all bolted up and ready to move on to the next part. While we're here as well, we'll get these ignition coils in. They are just all in a cheeky white on the top. Keeping that colour theme going. It's so good. I absolutely love it. On with the other side. In you go. All bolted up. And then we should be able to get this thrown into our beautiful BMW and see how good it looks. I know it's going to be bizarre seeing a Coyote engine in a BMW, but it's going to be awesome nonetheless. Trust me. I don't think we're going to be able to drive this one anywhere, though. I think it's going to have way too much power. Maybe just the drag strip, but definitely don't fancy the drag strip with this bad boy. Look at it. It looks so good. But anyway, I think that's the engine finished. I'm not 100%. So let's just get it off the stand and get it dropped in the car and see where we are at. I'm hoping this is going to look so amazing. Get the crane put away. Go into photo mode. Make sure we're in focus. And spin around. Oh, jumpy game. That ruined it a little bit. But there we go. Oh, that looks absolutely fantastic in there. Blue, white, and black. Keeping up with all that colour theme. I really do think it looks amazing. What do you think? Do let me know in the comments and share some love to Multiply for adding in these fantastic engines and my beautiful, beautiful valve covers in there. But let's get the car up in the air. We got gearbox and exhaust and drive shaft to go in so we can get this beautiful BMW all finished and ready to go. Starting with that gearbox. Does it let me put the drive shaft in before the gearbox goes in? Technically it is, so that's weird. But anyway, in with that gearbox. In the blue, does have a tiny splash of black on it, just on this plate over here, but never mind. The starter is just in a cheeky little black on there. And we will get this drive shaft in, if I could reach it. There we go. Just in a cheeky white, keeping up with that colour theme, connecting into that white suspension cross member at the back there. Now let's do all of this exhaust. The front exhaust pipes are all in that beautiful blue. In the middle here, we've taken away the resonator. So we've got the resonator delete pipe in there, all in the blue. Then our little crossover with our rear mufflers, also in that lovely blue. And then our final piece is a front exhaust section at the back, bringing it up into this bit's sort of all blacked out. It's where I'm saying the exhaust connects. So let's take a walk out. Plenty of blue, plenty of white, plenty of black. Loving that. And as you can see, it does sort of go in, even though we've got black tips on the exhaust, it does go into there and then go up into the exhaust. So it does work. Trust me, I am a professional, sort of. car back down on the ground. We got the liquids to top up. We got some windows to tin, some beautiful wheels to do, and then we can get this beautiful BMW outside in the sun. Don't forget, I want your score out of 10. Well, here it is then, all finished with our road tripping BMW M4. Looking absolutely fantastic. I really do love this. I think it looks beautiful. Very simple livery, just their triple white stripes on that baby blue livery. It just looks so good. I absolutely love this one. The engine in there is so amazing. I love the twin turbo Coyote. Absolutely fantastic ad by Multiply. Looking beautiful. And with my special engine head covers, I love it. So good. Thank you so much for that, Multiply. It looks incredible. Let's talk about these rims, though. I went for the rim at Retro 1B today. The front rims here are a 19-inch rim with a 245 width, 25 profile, and ET of 30, so it doesn't clip with them beautiful brake calipers just back in there. Looking absolutely fantastic. Two-tone on the black and white, keeping up with that theme and looking very nice. Down at the back, still a 19-inch rim, but it's 265 width, 25 profile, and still ET of 30 on there. Again, looking fantastic. The seats in here, I think they look absolutely amazing. I love these in the black and white. Probably my new favorite seats instead of the Nismo seats. And that Porsche steering wheel, that may be a little bit over the top with the white and the blue there, a little bit too much, but it still looks good nonetheless. Also, we've got our NOS switches down in the center there. We've got a couple of screens and that radio just so we can keep up with everyone else that's on our road trip, our rally, our gumball, or our cannonball run, whatever we're doing with this beautiful car. But let's get this one started and see what that Coyote sounds like. Pretty standard tick over there from this one. Still sounding pretty mean at the top end. Unfortunately, no turbo whistle from that one at the top end, which is a bit of a shame, but it's still sounding good nonetheless. We're going to get this one on the dyno. We're going to see what its horsepower is, what its drag rating would be, although we're not going to race this one today. We're going to save that for another time, but I think we're going to do a collection of cars that are going to be stupidly high-powered, some of the ones I've kept over the time. So we'll save that for another episode coming soon. But let's get into the dyno and see what we've got. On the dyno with our beautiful twin turbo Coyote BMW M4, 674 factory horsepower from this beast. I think we're going to increase this by an absolute load today. Let's have a look. Let's find out. Wow, a gain of 1,934 horsepower, 287%. I knew this was going to be a lot. I'm definitely glad I've opted not to drive and race this one today. That's going to take some tuning before that's manageable around a track or the drag strip, to be fair. I mean, we will try it on the drag strip at some point, as I said, a later video. But there we go, 2,608 horsepower from this beautiful M4 with a drag rating, obviously, a 999. This thing is absolutely insane, and that engine is so beautiful. I love this car. Probably my favorite build I've done to date. Absolutely loving that. Let's have a look at the gearbox tune, although I haven't put too much effort into this one today. I've just adjusted it a little bit so we're closer to 100 in first gear. I've left everything else as it was. I only moved the final ratio because we're not going to race it today. We will come back to it at a later date, I promise. But there we go, 94k up to 440 as it stands at the moment, but that will all obviously change. We do have the Stage 3 ECU fully tuned in there, ready to go, 16% edition. Don't forget, click the link up here to go and check out the short on how to perfectly tune the ECU every time. I also have one on the Carb as well. Link in the description to both of them shorts, but the link one just up here will just be to the ECU. So no racing today, but don't forget, I do want your scores out of 10 on this beautiful BMW, and then we'll take an average and I will get that board done and get both this and the Bolt Chapman up on the board for what you guys give it out of 10. We'll call it like the show car board, because that's going to be what it's aimed at. Every time we build like a show car that's either too powerful to race or is too good looking, you wouldn't really race it. They'll be the cars that we're going to do for that show board. So I do need some scores out of 10, so make sure you leave them. But let's get this one back outside in the sun, see how much we could sell it for if we were going to sell it. We are definitely not selling this beast. We are keeping it. And let's do the final rundown. I absolutely love that engine. I think it looks fantastic. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below and give us a glorious score out of 10 so we know where to mark this one on the board, as I'm having a little disco with the lights going on here. No racing today because this one is too powerful as it stands at the moment. I will get it sorted, but let's talk some facts and figures about this beautiful, beautiful BMW. We bought the car for 27,605 and could have sold it at a loss of 4,835 at the very beginning, but we obviously didn't do that. We spent another 96,092 tuning, upgrading, painting and swapping that engine into a beautiful twin turbo bad boy in there. Absolutely lovely. Paying our total spend for this build entirely at 123,600 and 97, and boy does it look fantastic. There's no way we are selling this, but if we were to sell it, would we be able to make some money? Let's get in, let's take a look. Well, there she is, all 100% finished. I love this car so much, and I'm not even that big of a BMW fan normally, but there we go. The engine in this is that modular Coyote with the twin turbo. We managed to ramp it up from 674 horsepower to 2,608, a gain of 287%. Yeah, 287%. Almost 3 engines worth on top of the original power there. Absolutely mad. But it did cost us 123,697 to do it. So is there money to be made? Just. With a sale price of 154,284. Take away what we spent of 123,697. Leaves us 30,587 profit. If we were going to sell this one, we are obviously not going to sell this one. We need to swap it with something over here, and I think... Oh, I don't really know. It's probably going to have to be the Plymouth, in all honesty. As much as I love this Plymouth, I think it's really cool with a nice little livery. It's a bit big and a bit bulky for this lineup, so I think the Plymouth's what's going to go, and we're going to swap that with the BMW M4 because I absolutely love this one. Now, I know we've got 2 blues, ever so slightly different blues. This has got a bit of green in it, more of a teal, should we say, but I think it looks so good. I am very impressed with this car. Don't forget, we do need a score out of 10 so we can finally get this one on that Bolt Chapman on the board. I've got 2 scores for the Bolt Chapman, so if you've got any other scores you want to give us so we can get a better balanced, even out score, let me know in the comments below. But don't forget to say Bolt Chapman if it's for this one, BMW if it's for this one, but I do want some scores out of 10 for this bad boy, so do let me know what you think of it. But what have we got coming up in the next Car Mechanic Simulator episode, which will be on Monday because we're doing What the Friday and we're still doing City Skylines at the minute, but it'll be good nonetheless. This is the Baja, or Baja, however you want to say that, Volkswagen Beetle. So we'll be taking this one around the gravel track, and it's got the Porsche logo at the back. I'm assuming it's got the Porsche engine in it. I'm not sure, but this is an off-road little beast that we're going to have some fun with on the gravel track when we come back on a Monday. Did we get a good deal? Absolutely not. Obviously, it's me. 21,846 is what I paid, and I could sell it for 18,132, losing out on 3,714, which is never a good sign. But anyway, the engine in this one is the Porsche, the V6 M6 4.01 engine with 112 factory horsepower, quite low. We will be adding performance parts, making this one as insane as we can. Ready to take this beast around the gravel track, and it's not going to stick with the Herbie livery on it. Definitely not. I like it, but I'm not a big fan of it. So this is what we're going to be working on next time. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait for it on Monday. But don't forget, before then, you have to join us back here on Friday for What the Friday, playing City Skylines. So make sure you join us back here on Friday for What the Friday with City Skylines. Back again on Monday for more Car Mechanic Simulator 2021 videos with this lovely Baja Beetle. Let me know in the comments what you thought of that beautiful BMW M4 Plus. A cheeky little score out of 10. Give this video a like if you did enjoy it. Share it with somebody else you think might enjoy it. Make sure you are subscribed. But most importantly, thank you for sticking around to the end. One of the best ways that you can support me. It really does mean a lot, and I do hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, whatever it is you're getting up to. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe for Virtual Mechanic.